Traumatized, what could I just happen through? But thinking about it make me feel this crazy ass so sweet. And that drug got me crazy. Guess lately nuts have feelings too. Talking about it make me feel this miserable. Yeah, I feel pain. Yeah, I'm bring us shame. Talk about lies. That's why it's miserable. Running to it in the cliff, seeing who's gonna push me quick. See up, I'ma fall if you fly. Shawty coming through the last ride. That's miserable. No, like this, the life I chose to live. Hey, if the shoe gon' fit, you know it makes me feel less miserable. I'm tryna get off, yeah, the shit that it brought. The monkey that they tryna go and toss. Got so upset, man. I'm living it, yeah, I'm living it. I'm feeling it, I'm seeing this, ain't nothing to, I lose my mood. Oh baby, can let it be. I like that can't ever just see. Unless not free. Okay baby, hope you with me when I know that when we sing a song, we feel as miserable.
You know, another following is rated Z. Feel me? So this is gonna be about trapping. What trapping really is. This is for the real trappers. I hope you're living a great life. I think I said something like that. But you know, a good life or something like that. But yeah, you feel me? Okay, because the whole thing about it is everybody don't want to have a nightmare, so they keep their consciousness, their thoughts right. And you feel me? Most people don't have a nightmare; they just don't want to have a bad dream. You feel me? They don't want the wrong spirits to follow them. It's called trapping. You feel me? So, and really, words is slang for another story, you feel me? People speak to build another story up in life. So, dreams is another realm, right? Most people know if they sleep, they're gonna put their body, which is a saturated spirit, you feel me? Water can turn into H2O. Oxygen makes water, you feel me? So water is can turn to a plasma base and everything between it. Air, fire, water, earth. So you know, the thing about life is you will always live the life you want to live. You feel me? Until something comes and compares you to another thing that you don't know how to fathom. Cause in my eyes, I'm a mother in another realm, you feel me? Which means I'm a mother everywhere, cause I ain't, as a mother, stronghold mother, I'm not about to change the way I think. So if I'm Eve, if people look at the Eve me as a mother in the other realms, and I just don't feel safe, so I'm Adam now, that's some shit. So, some people don't want to look like a loop of life, but the whole thing is, who cares? If you like playing video games all day, and the loop of life is, you feel me, your loop of life is not tormenting people live a loop of life they don't want to live, then you go inside your motherfucking bubble that's in the sky, you feel me, and you get mail from new video games that come in, and you play them, and no one can disturb you unless you leave the bubble. There ain't no such thing as rent, or, you feel me, you do you. If you want to be a martial artist your whole life, you live that life. That don't mean that you ain't more than that. You feel me? So it's just like, so when you come to another realm, you know that you can't just wha-ha, because you have principles of wanting to go back to your realm and having it status quo and no harm, and not having to break a tear or fall to a certain dilemma where you don't want to do something that you want to do no more. Then, you feel me, you keep going, you feel me? If you felt like you was an anime character in other realms, you feel me, you was 2D. What's the 2 dimension? The potential of life. If you feel like you was the potential of life, then, because 1D is what you are. So if you see the little aspect that you are, you be you. 3D is the child, you feel me? You feel me? So when you 3D, you see what you think that's been saturated. Who cares? You feel me? It's just, we gotta get the trapping, because people notice they can only trap a pure spirit by making them feel impure. So, it's a harsh thing, because it's just like, now people have to like contradict themselves just to feel normal, when nothing used to ever be contradicting to them. Like, they have to second guess themselves, they have to be indecisive with things. Like, and the whole thing is, how the atmosphere is made up is for people not to be. So it's just like, the enjoyment of life might have changed, and nothing's wrong with pressure on the coal making the diamond, but once again, that it's the trapping thing. Like, trap, like, first of all, I have a vlog where I talk about being an agent. There's a reason why everybody's when you see gold skin that's white like the sun is gold, if we have to use a shade, because really you can see the rainbow in the sun, but if you don't have that type of vision, you won't be able to see it. So if you look at a pale skinned person and try to call them alive, who made pyramids? Thank you. The Caucasus Mountains was a reform of the symbolism of a pyramid. So it was dead bodies running into a mountain until it made a fucking wall. Actually, it was frozen bodies that froze over. And evil spirits just kept giggling until they broke them. Because it's dead. It's just they don't give a fuck what the body feels as pain. And kept trying to run into the pyramids because they learned that's how people ascend their spirit. And etc. For everybody that knows advancedly. And kept running into the mountains and made a hole and then just kept piling up because the mountains is thick. So obviously the mountains was the thin part of the mountain that it found and made a hole, which made caves, quote unquote. And kept running into the wall because there was no other weak spot until they piled up. So this is where the slave shit bullshit comes from, where the first slave shit was called Jesus, but Moors was on there. Okay, well, you know, J was one of the last letters in the alphabet, and it's like somewhere in the middle. And Z's the last, you feel me? So it's crazy. There go another admission of mine. You know, because you know a lot of people watching this spiritually, and hopefully they're watching over y'all, and y'all have a communication of what I was talking about on organic cell phones. So no one's left behind, no child left behind. Well, I made sure of it, but you know, the indecisive shit. And they just kept piling up until they destroyed their own bodies. Because they thought they was getting somewhere. They thought they was getting somewhere. Like, they thought they was going to be able to do certain things. So, then I was trying to say something about drugs, but I get like my pinpoint what I mean. There started being certain things that would have contaminated the atmosphere. Excuse me. So, you know, people watching, you know, people start learning how to be impassable. You feel me? We'll go through the impassable. You mean impossible? No, impassable. Nothing's impossible. So, the problem is people like Elon Musk, Nikola Tesla, you know, celebrities that try to be spokesmen. Donald Trump does it too. They, like I said, with organic cell phones, they have people, like I was saying, passive Boy Scouts is gangs. And they know people's feelings. So, you know, if I speak to an OG, they gonna respect me times a zillion. You feel me? Ain't no OG about to, they gonna tell me you done worked hard, keep doing what you're doing, I don't want you to stop. They know that's, they to me, they just looking at me like that's the worst it's gonna get, but I'm just like, I'm done. Like, shit. But, you know, they know if I say I'm done, I'm going to start traveling to other realms and beating people's asses. So, you know, the higher up people that look at their little brothers and little sisters and people's childhoods and their own, the way that they discipline people, which that know better, is they call a meeting or, you know, something of a gathering, something to make sure they see them communicating. And when they talk, they show them they show them like when they're talking, since they know that they talk to them fluently without no pauses. They show that they show them through a telepathy signal, or just signal sign language in general. How I'm moving a certain way, because you can't say that I didn't hold you down, or you're not in my realm or in my womb as me as an omega or alpha male. And the reason why I'm stuttering is because the child that I have of you can't fathom acting like this. So it's really backwards for when I'm talking to you, and I have to reiterate because you found freedom and I wasn't trying to hold you down. So that just goes once again to trapping. People can act like they sincere, and a sincere person, a pure person, wants to believe it, because that shit erupts, you feel me, someone's heart, to have to talk pure and then know that you really meant your purity, and now you're trying to go backwards because it's uncool or something. So they want to give you the chance, and then when they want to give you the chance, you still overdo shit. Like, I'm known in Norcross. Like, El Chapo came to Norcross because it was safe. El Chapo would never went to the hood. He would have just dropped off people that want that type of benefit. You feel me? That love the wilderness feel. So it's just like I said, I'm not trying to say I was a kingpin as a 2'9" kid, but that's the type of baby genius I was. So, and it was just like I chose to do it because Yakuzas would have cut people's hands off. And I'd rather them just know how to use the sword methods if it gets that drastic. So but once again, at the trapping, like I was in another realm, and I had to go through all these turmoils of, like, I made sure that the world is known as being on different planes. I made sure I made the way to not be able to go to other people. I made planes, the security, you feel me? I'm like, I can read any hieroglyph you want me to read, you feel me? But it's just like the Emerald Tablet. It's about your consciousness, you feel me? So if I'm not about to read what I in the atmosphere want to talk about, I'm gonna read what you are going through the pictures. And that's just how it is. And it's just like, I'm such a dweller that me not doing what I want is me practicing patience when I've been past the void of patience. So hey, so I had to get stuff confirmed in another realm, that other realms exist, and I own the Marines and the Falcons and ETC, because I was telling them about like stuff I done, and I taught them how to have a nose over water, and he told me, yeah, it's a spiritual energy that was here. He's trying to let me know, like, we talked in another realm, so I want you to know what you're going through is okay. We just practice this. Like, he's showing me, like, it's very serious that it's a spirit in another realm, and a spirit that existed way before everything. You feel me? He's looking at me like, hey, there's a spirit that existed before everything, and people worship it for putting them in their spots that there are, and they're really scared of the spirit for what might happen if they don't do the right thing. And that's just common knowledge to respect your elders, because they see the elders respect that spirit, man. And he tried to tell me, or show me, because I started talking about, he told me just speak out. And I was like, well, I made the Marines. And it's like, I'm not the one to just talk about it like that. But, and he was like, what you trying to know? And I was just like, well, I never had a nose over water. And it's just, I know I'll be feared. And he was like, so you trying to get back in the Marines? I was like, yeah, at least get a first aid, because I thought the Marines was made to teach people while they're in the desert of Atlantis. And I have to elaborate so much because people won't let. I keep thinking the more I talk, I'm gonna get somewhere. And he put a paper in front of my face, and then he didn't saw, like, he's like, you have the greatest eyes ever. And he didn't saw that I had to feel what the words say with no, what's them things where blind people can touch? Like, I had to feel like a Hyuga clan or Atsuki's clan. Like, I feel so much that I can see with my feelings. The one-eyed man is king. It's not that easy. I don't think anybody else can do it, but you feel me? Yeah, it's not nothing you can teach. So, it just has to be in you, and it takes eternities after eternities. So, he just saw, like, right when I saw the paper, he just saw, it's like I went blind, but I still knew what everything said. And he just saw right when he put the pen and paper in my hand, pencil and paper in my hand, he was like, he just saw everybody trying to argue about what's wrong and he should do this and give you this and why they're not doing this for you and etc. And that's one reason why I've been saying I'd rather be a spirit, because I can web and ebb what I want to go through when and not. But then I had to come back now. Because the whole thing is, I was just gonna be evading the truth, and then have to put my body through more turmoil. So I really apologize to my own body. But hey, pressure on a cold make a diamond. So I've been working with the satellites of the world to not block off anything, because you never know what type of being, since, you know, I speak to anything before it comes inside of a womb. Like I was saying, like the saying, Dragon Ball Z saying, Goku as Kakarot, his spirit they was talking to him as he was coming down to Earth, and the ones that just saw it as a wealthy opportunity didn't get to meet him. The Asians that you feel me? The Asians grew from him coming down. It was like a wave type thing. So it's like an energy started. His energy, that shows you how big Goku Kakarot really was, and how big Broly is, and etc. Like, a spirit can saturate into the world. So his spirit was so big it saturated and made kids that caught him, and they told him the Supreme Kais is like the Masons, so whatever they learned, you need to get your will. So Goku's acting like Goku Black, and So Goku Black is really the enlightened one. He's only speaking enlightened shit like y'all don't want to learn. And he just, so he didn't want to destroy the proof of them not learning too soon. So Goku Black did not fuse with Zamasu, just to throw that out there. It's part of the illusion of Zamasu thinking he was going to meet himself in another realm. You feel me? He thought if he died, he would have tried to come back before anybody noticed and fused with himself to not go through that mistake again. So the whole thing is, let's make that be his death bed. And you feel me? I speak this way because you don't want to hide something for somebody and then they learn. You rather them be the best they can be and let them cease to exist if they can't learn. You feel me? Take that L, you feel me? And blast off with it. Cause so it's just, it's a thing when you know like people are capable of certain things and they're not using it because they see what other people are capable of. Like, if you're a cook and just because you see someone has hands of their own, that doesn't mean you don't chef for a foundation if you can. You feel me? Like, if you're a doctor of some sort and you see someone's intelligence, that doesn't mean you don't ask them, why are you playing dumb? You feel me? Like, doctors would rather be like, he has he has ADHD. You feel me? They rather just coordinate it as something. Oh, you don't want to listen? ADHD. You feel me? They're not talking to the body. Because obviously the kid is sitting there like... So, they're talking to the spirit and seeing the kid doesn't want to listen. And instead of figuring out the game that the kid is playing, they're like, well, you don't want to be on this realm and listen, here's some pills. Because I forgot what someone tried to tell me I had schizophrenia. I was like, are you trying to call me crazy? So no. I was like, well, you're speaking a doctor slang, and you think that I can't translate because you think I'm not a doctor, because I'm not showing you my doctor ways, because I'm the mother of everybody. So I'm not about to be like, you know how them kids are. That's not the type of mother I am. Like, so if you just think that I'm about to bully somebody because you've tried and others tried and they just don't get it, you have another thing coming. I'm going to do exactly what's going to get you right. I'm not going to do what's going to get you out my face. So if I see a kid seizuring and I see they're seizuring and it's because their body feels like there should be a heart on the other side of their chest, I'm going to be flicking the other side of their chest. Well, they say Coca-Cola helps. Why? Because the fizz helps them from the inside to shake it out of stuff. And that was just I heard. You feel me? And it could be. There's many things. They be like, you don't let the child seizure. Obviously, what you just said is you see the child can come back to themselves. Just like CPR. CPR is not breathing in someone's mouth, which I taught people CPR. It's teaching their body how to breathe again. You don't throw carbon dioxide in someone's mouth. Okay, have a good one. You actually try to inhale the carbon dioxide that's making them inadvertently kill down their heart. So, what also needs to be known, let me see what time I got. Okay. Is if you don't remember being nothing, don't claim to be something. It's just the best way to put it, and everybody remembers being something. So when something can claim to be something and it doesn't remember being nothing, or doesn't care about when it was nothing, there's a problem, because now it's something. It's going to protect something that never claimed to be nothing, because you have to be okay with being nothing. And you know, when something wants to claim to be something because it thinks it got the gist of everybody else is nothing, so they can't talk about me. The atmosphere, the world, the experience, the universe, the essence of the particles, the whole being of life don't want that around it. So if that thing can learn how to not be in everything and sustain itself, why would anything care? You feel me? It's doing what it do. But now if it tries to jump inside someone else's life, that is. And if you're not that type of agent of the world, you shouldn't be here either. So it's that simple, because the universe doesn't want to pity and wants to say that it's the greatest, they just hating. Like, you're putting it through something they don't have to go through, and it's going to pressure on comb make a diamond. But then once again, you going to make something forgive itself when this person won't forget how forgiving something is and put it in the category as gullible. So, there's another following is RatedZ. Trapping. This is all about trapping. And how when I go to another realm, I'm living a loop of my children just wanting me to get back to my body and wake up and do what I want to do. But I'm not able to do what I want to do because of trapping. So if y'all don't know why I am the best bet to speak about trapping 101, it is what it is. The shoe fits. You feel me? So, y'all live a peaceful life. And ask yourself, who is making me be able to have a willpower? And what was the spirit I talked to that made me not forget I was a spirit? Even though I would never forget I'm a spirit, but made me not hate being a spirit and want to be protected because I already feel protected. Never think about being protected because I already feel protected. Excuse me. So, y'all have a great one. Please and thank you.